getting unready with me, and we're gonna do skincare, and we're gonna chat about my characters. So, to give you a rundown on the tea, but before I do that, I'm gonna get all my products so we can just chit chat, okay? So, the two characters is Marie and Kai. So, Marie and Kai, they met about a year ago, right? They met about a year ago, and we're going in with this makeup bomb because as you guys can see, I have like not a full face on today, but I have really been getting back into just looking pretty. And I put my hair was down today, but I put it in two braids and then just pull it back since my hair is blowed out as of right now. So they met about a year ago, and whatnot. It's going in from like a year to 2 years and whatnot. And that she had a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, but her name's Anastasia. So her girlfriend is Anastasia, is her ex now. When they met, Anastasia and her had basically went through college together, so they kind of just were there for each other in a very rough timing. And Marie wanted to be a social media influencer. She kind of wanted to be part of like the social scene. She wanted to be part of like the industry of like social media. And it's not even like the bad situation. She kind of just wanted to be a voice for her people and all that. So she started like grinding because at first she was doing freelance work, and she really wasn't. She was happy being a freelance artist because it was paying the bills. She was making literally like $2,500 a day, but she wasn't really feeling fulfilled in that like craft. But she had a bunch of money, and she was already successful going out of college. And then her and Anastasia moved in together because they were roommates in the dormitory. So they kind of just moved in together, and then one way led to another, and they started dating. We've been together for like so long, and we kind of have like these feelings. We've been together for like all this time. Might as well just make it official. It wasn't like some crazy thing. They just kind of thought it was the natural next step. But at the same time, with all the change that Marie was going through, it was not the best for her probably to make a decision because she was already kind of unhappy in college. But she was like, maybe if I'm unhappy with Anastasia, so maybe us being together and me trying to figure out my life won't be so bad. She's just like, it won't be so bad. Let me just stick it out. I'm always self-sabotaging. I might as well just see where this goes. And I don't think that Anastasia's gonna hold it against me if I don't like it because they've never been like that. So that's basically what happened. So they move in together, then they get like two other roommates, Derek and Gemini. They're kind of all living together. And around the time that Marie's like, yeah, I want to do social media, Anastasia's supportive of her, obviously. She's supportive. But at the same time, Anastasia kind of doesn't get her dream because she's a writer as well as Marie. So she's just like, our dream was to become famous writers. Literally, there's nothing in here. You know what? This is so ghetto. This is so ghetto. I got some out now. We are like their dream, or she was under the assumption that their dream was to, become famous writers and like report on like it's like journalism basically. Like one of their dreams was to like become the famous people that reported on the news. But I feel like along the way, Marie did not want that. So she starts kind of just hanging out at this coffee shop, and she ends up meeting Kai. And what's not, her and Kai started really talking, and one thing led to another, and they just really hit it off. And she's like, yeah, we're going to be friends. Like, I'm not really thinking about our relationship because I already have Anastasia, and Anastasia's been down with me since day one. So I'm not even thinking about that because she's not a cheater. So she's just like, whatever the case may be. But then all of a sudden one day when her and Anastasia are kind of already having problems and stuff like that, because obviously now they're going in two different directions and it's just not working. Fast forward a couple weeks later, Anastasia starts hanging out with this girl named Juliet. Juliet was a mutual friend of theirs back in their college days. Give me 1 second. Alright, like I was saying, Juliet started coming around. And Juliet, she is in a relationship with, what is his name? Killen, he's from like the islands or whatever the case may be. He's an older man, she's severely younger. But before Juliet came to the island, she was a party girl. So when life started getting stressful, because they're also in the same field, everything gets stressful for Juliet. So Juliet and Anastasia start hanging out, and Maurice is like, I don't have no problems with Juliet, but I'm not really feeling her for us because she seems like she's messed up in a lot of different stuff. I don't think it's a good idea for you to keep, being around her. Obviously, Anastasia didn't take that too well, and she kind of just disregarded what Murray said. So they started having even more problems, not even just disconnecting with each other, but now it's like you're discarding her feelings. So that's when Marie's just like, me and her we're gonna have to go our separate ways soon because it's been not working, especially since we don't have the same goals. She's supportive to a certain extent, but she's still stuck on a dream that we had when we were in college, and she was my ride or die in college. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take that away from her. I'm never gonna take that away from her. And obviously she's telling Kai this, and Kai is just like, yeah, like, it's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to like just be done with people because they don't align with you anymore. Like, you're not a bad person for that. And they just started talking and meeting up at cafes, parks, going out to dinner, stuff like that, just talking to each other. Because once again, Marie's just like, I really like you and I really connect. It's like they was on it just like felt like an instant connection on that soulmate type situation. So she was just very much flabbergasted in a way that she had met somebody that actually got her. And she thought that Anastasia got her. But meeting Kai was just like a breath of fresh air, and she was just like, wow. And Kai is 5 years older than her. He has already finished school. It's like he had school finished for like at least 2 years, and now Marie, she just finished school. Like, she's fresh out of school, like a couple months. So she's just like, this is crazy, and I never thought that I would connect with somebody like this. So she's just beyond surprised. I got water all in my eye. This is definitely getting the makeup off my face. So she's beyond surprised. And also another thing is that they are in 2 different types of fields, but they have so much to talk about. And before her and this is very much distracting. Let me stop using this while I talk. Her and Anastasia had so much in common. So she was just like, I have to connect with somebody that I have so much in common with in order for me to be happy. And then she met Kai, and Kai and her, he's a lawyer. He has a law degree. He has a minor in psychology, and also Marie has a minor in psychology. Like, it's so much that they connect on certain different levels, but at the same time, they don't connect, or they don't have everything in common, and you can definitely tell he's a little bit more farther in life than she is, and they can still come and connect. They kind of just, her and Anastasia just take a break. They're just like, yeah, I'm done, I'm over it, like, this is not working, and it went from a temporary separation, and that's what Anastasia kept saying, this is a temporary separation, this is not something that's going to be long term, you're going to come to your senses, and we're going to be fine, like, because at one point or another, they were planning a life, planning to have children together, planning to get married, even Anastasia at some point was going to propose, but Marie doesn't know that. That's the reason why she's like, this is not my life right now. Like, this is not it. Like, no. But yeah, she calls it quits. Marie's just like, yeah, we're not doing this. This is not my life. Like, this is not what we're doing. Like, she's over it. And Anastasia's trying to, like, convince her that this is temporary, and she's just like, no. Eventually, she gets all of the stuff, because, like, they were living in Anastasia's house out in the, out on the island and whatnot. And she just packs up all of her things that she can, and she goes to, like, the countryside. And the countryside is where Kai is. So she kind of just moves in with him, and it's not on some flirty type stuff. It's kind of like icing how to crash and whatever. Eventually, one thing leads to another. They start talking more seriously and whatnot. And it wasn't like something that happened overnight. It was very gradual and whatnot. As she was doing social media, because as she got away from Anastasia, she started doing social media full time. She started basically kind of just relearning herself and, like, really just getting in a better headspace, and also kind of just trying to figure out what she wanted to do with her life. Because now it was not, oh, I wanted to be a writer, but I also kind of want to do social media. She doesn't say she doesn't want to do writing again, but yeah, she still want to do it seriously. And she got onto all, like, the social media platforms, and her brand was a hit. Like, her as a brand was a very successful thing. And Kai was there supporting her throughout the whole process. Kind of how she fell in love with him was the fact that he was kind of grumpy and rough around the edges and things like that. And he was really much to himself, besides going to work, taking care of, like, his house and, like, his family that lived a couple towns over. And he was relatively a family man, and he was very much to himself, and he came home and he played video games, and it really wasn't something, he wasn't really, like, out there. He didn't even go to the pubs and drink at the local pubs. He kind of just drank at home. If he wanted to have, like, a drink or something, he would just make it at home. It never really mattered to him to be out and about in the scenery of the people. It was never his thing. He kind of just likes being by himself, and he's a bit of a lone wolf in a way. So she kind of got to know him, his personality. He comes off a little standoffish, a little monstrous at first, but, like, his personality was just everything to her, and she just fell. At the time they met, he wasn't a lawyer, but he was studying for the bar, and he ended up passing the bar and everything like that. And at the fact that he passed the bar, they were dating for a little bit of time. It wasn't that long, but they had gotten to know each other. After the fact he had passed the bar, and they renovated the house because she wanted to redo the kitchen, and he was like, okay, let's redo the kitchen. And she wanted a garden in the back, so he made it where, like, she had a whole bunch of, like, space cleared out so she could do her gardening. When she was like, I want to do, like, social media seriously, he bought her camera equipment, got her a tripod, got her, like, a full setup. When she was talking about doing beauty stuff, he got her, built her vanity. Like, he went all out for her. And I'm just like, we love a man that just, like, spoils his girl. And this was way before they actually started, like, dating. This whole time, I feel like Kai was courting my girl, like, old school courting, even though that she was living with him already and everything like that. But she has not paid it. She's never paid a bill. She's never paid a bill. Even though she's lived there, she's never paid a bill. She's never paid a bill. House bills, car filled up with gas. Like, she gets the ultimate princess juice. This is where they were even dating. So when they dated, it wasn't like he was courting her, and then the dating process was very short, because after that he passed the bar, and he already had money before. But him becoming a lawyer and passing the bar and getting those high clients in, like, that last couple of months of the year before they got to the new year, it made it official after he closed that big case. He proposed to her in New Orleans. Flew her and him to New Orleans. And he proposed at one of her favorite restaurants she had seen, and she really wanted to go to. He proposed. So that's kind of where we're at in the story now. She is a fiance, and it's definitely just the beginning. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because this is where I get off And if you guys are really interested in hearing about part 2, because there is definitely some drama that is going to unfold with their characters, I have a bunch of stuff in the works, so just let me know. Which how y'all feeling? What we doing? Like, how y'all really liking this story